Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography.
Take it.
No.
Go for it.
Where 3, sometimes 4, 5, or 8 people get together and rant and rink about albums, just arbitrarily. This is our decade series, and we're in 1990, specifically 1993, and this is part 2 of that. So check out part 1, where you can hear my fantastic opinions on music. Everyone else, they're doing okay. These two are doing all right. Tim, not with us at the moment. He may be jumping in here sometime during part 2, part 3, but unfortunately, or fortunately, he's with Tay Tay Swift at the moment. Him and the rest of Sabretooth just opening for Tay Tay. You know those concerts go wild.
Shout out Sabretooth.
Swifties love Sabretooth.
Yeah,
And if they don't, let's make it a thing. Hashtag Swifties love Sabretooth.
Didn't he throw a touchdown pass to Travis Kelce here?
That's right. I think they had a little flag football going on.
Yeah.
Tim, the next Patrick Mahomes.
You
In case y'all wonder.
first.
Yeah.
All right, your intro's getting a little long there, Joe. Getting a little long.
This is much shorter than my old intros.
Yes, it is.
So where do we leave off, Jason?
All right. Currently, this is what's going into the grinder.
Big Hole fan, Tim.
Big Hole fan. Yeah, he loves Nobody's Daughter. Favorite album. We left off at Recipe for Hate, which I think you have as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do. Okay. So, yeah, Recipe for Hate. Top 3 Bad Religion record. Might be a hot take. I don't know. I know a lot of people love the Sufferers and the Generators, but I have a soft spot for Recipe for Hate. It's a fucking banger after banger.
Mm-hmm.
Kerosene, top song contender. American Jesus, never gets old. Skyscraper, ahead of its time. Watch It to All Good Soldiers.
Watch It Die. Don't Pray on Me.
I love this fucking record. Like I said, 93 is rough for me because some of my favorite bands put out some of my favorite records by that band. So I have to pick and choose here.
Yeah. Title track. One of my favorite lines, our history is as it's portrayed is just a recipe for hate. What a line. And as Jay said, Kerosene, American Jesus, Porch of Authority, Man with a Mission, Watch It Die, Struck, My Poor Friend, Modern Day Catastrophe, Skyscraper, all really, really good. I did not remember Eddie Vedder being on this album.
This was like their mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, he's on 2 songs, and I was really, really surprised with it. And one of my, I love Watch It Die. I think that's a great one. And Eddie being back there and singing along was really, really good. And Jonette from Concrete Blondes, I love that also. That was great. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. This is one of their top albums. I've never sat down to listen to and try to rank all their albums yet to see where it is, but it's definitely high on my list also.
I'm going to have hot takes with Bad Religion because there's some records that I liked a lot. No unknown reasons hot takes, but hot takes nonetheless.
I got to see them at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz with Pulley opening for them. It was a great show.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Pulley. I've seen Bad Religion a few times.
We saw them at a Warped Tour.
Yeah, we saw them at Warped Tour. I saw them open for Blink-182, which was so fucked up. And those guys in Bad Religion, they were old even then, like 20 years ago. Yeah. They still jumped higher and put on a better show than the little young Blink-182 motherfuckers. It was beautiful. Saying that, though, Joe, where are you going to rank it?
So it is better than Rancid, self-titled.
Rancid is out of the grinder.
Mm-hmm. It is better than Aerosmith. Let's Get a Grip.
It needs to get a grip for that grinder.
Mm-hmm. But it is not better than Propagandhi.
Ooh. Oh.
Interesting.
It's better than Dinosaur Jr. It's better than Green Jelly.
Dino Jr. out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Propaganda's the better album.
Mm-hmm.
Come at us in the comments, but
Well, I know, and there are a lot of Bad Religion fans, and I'm sure we're going to be.
now there's some Bad Religion records that are better than How to Clean Everything, but
This ain't that one.
all right, I guess Bill, Wild
Yeah.
Card Bill.
See, that's the thing. And my next one. So we're going from good old Dwight, some Cypress Hill.
That's an honorable mention right there.
Mm-hmm.
This was an album. Let's see. Again, go back, watch part 1. I asked my dad for his expert advice.
He told you Cypress Hill?
Told me Cypress Hill. That was one of the albums he listed.
Way to go, Bill's dad.
Way to go, Bill's dad.
So I wasn't that familiar with this album, I'll confess. So I had to give it a listen through. And you know what? It's pretty damn good.
Makes a lot of sense, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
For me, my top songs off of this one, probably Insane in the Brain, Lockdown, and
Hits
probably
from the
Handle the Clock.
Bong. That's a good one.
Hits from the Bong, it was good. Not one of my top ones, though. It was a solid album.
High. You're talking about opening track. That's an opening track.
I mean, this is probably... Honestly, this would be an artist eventually. Be interesting maybe to deep dive. Eventually in ODD. Cypress Hill's not an artist I'm super familiar with either. I will upfront confess. That being said, like this was a good, solid album. Had a good opener, good closer. Album art, not that it really applies. Decent concept with the album art, especially the whole Black Sunday graveyard theme, their name on the top, a lone tree on top of the hill. Like, doesn't get much darker than that, really, when you think about it.
Who's erosion management here for this graveyard is my question. Because they're doing not a great job.
You know, it's probably some guy that's underpaid and overworked. Let's be real.
That's right.
Or it might be Three Little Putos. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this was a solid album.
When we get to Cypress Hill, that's the one band that my friend Michael, my childhood friend, he said he'd come on the show if we ever did Cypress Hill.
Yeah, I thought it was an exceptionally solid album.
He loves some Cypress Hill. And yeah, Black Sunday, that is a honorable mention for me.
So let's see here. Ranking it. It's above Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Thank God.
Lenny Kravitz out of the grind.
Out the grind.
No more Lenny. Is it above Jordan? I'm gonna keep it at number 3 though.
Yeah.
Like
I can see
Cranberries, that's her vocals again.
I'd say probably the Cranberries is a better record. Or
like it's that Cypress Hill again. It's a phenomenal record, but I think I got the 2 above it are better records.
I think one is definitely 2. No.
You and Tim, Bill and Tim are always the 2 that I'm like, I don't know which way you're going to go.
Yeah, they're the wild cards.
Where you are with everything. Because right now, like currently in your grinder, Dwight Yoakam, Cranberry, Cypress Hill. I mean, and that's varied, but I don't know.
It's a diverse range.
Yeah, I don't know who can jump above anything when it comes to yours. So
he's Wild Bill.
That's the issue when you're. I mean, that's the thing. Like we're looking at top albums in 1993. I mean, it's across all genres. It's not like we're just top 10 rock albums or top 10 death metal albums or top 10 country albums. They're like, no, these are the top 10 albums.
Look at his list, dude. We're gonna be talking about Sheryl Crow after fucking Cypress Hill. Then we're going to Billy Joel. Then we're going to Garth. And then we're jumping way back to fucking Meatloaf. Let's just throw in some fucking G-Funk gangster rap for no reason, and then we go fucking Ramones. Like, Wild fucking Bill.
Mm-hmm. I always think I'm varied, but you've got me on the varied taste there.
That's I like to think I try and get something from a little bit of everything.
That's
That's,
good.
it's important because
It is, yeah.
all these, I mean,
Representation,
there's a lot
Bill.
that
It's important nowadays.
That's right.
and
Mine gets much
hashtag,
moved.
say hashtag integrity. Like, yeah,
That's
all
right.
these albums were big in each of their respective genres.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to get worse as we go. I'm telling you. In 1994, I just searched my hard drive. It was like 44 albums that I have in my hard drive from 1994. It's going to get rough.
Yeah.
And way more varied.
Yeah, as we go further, mine become more very, like, especially when we get in the 2000s and the 2010s, we get there. Mine's all over the place after that.
Yep. Up next, we have Tim.
What's
Tim,
gonna
how's
pick?
that
What's
hole
Tim gonna
going?
pick? Oh,
I'm getting a message. Tim said fucking Hole is kicking out nobody's daughter,
Oh,
and Hole is taking the spot. So
That's
so is that a 2-round buy then at this point? Or is that 3-round buy?
that's a 3-round buy right now.
that's right.
God, how long before it gets to the finals here? Because I mean, I
Right.
guess I suppose he's got 3 slots, so he only has 3 slots to fill it with.
Mhm.
I'm gonna scroll to you first, Joe, just in case it's something different. It is something different.
Hey. All right.
Great album.
So, Smashing Pumpkins. When we first started looking at 93 and I looked at the list, I said, of course, Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream is going to be on there. Of course it is. Started listening to it, same thought process. Of course it is. Had a different type of day, I guess. So I picked it back up, started listening. I was like, I don't want this on my top 10. This isn't going to work.
So
Put it
was
back
that
down.
was that day that day was not the greatest.
Yeah, it was
Greatest
not the
ever
greatest.
known.
Picked it back up, a week or two later to listen to it again. Of course, it goes in the top 10. It's Siamese Dream. Chair Rock, it's like the opening to every 90s rock. That's how I remember the Pumpkins. That is 90s rock Pumpkins right there.
Epic
I'll give you
fucking
that.
drumming.
Yeah.
It's just
Epic drumming.
So
Solid.
good.
Yeah.
Quiet it was an okay song. Not my favorite up there, but it rolls right into Today. Love Hummer, Rocket, Disarm, Geek USA, Mayonnaise,
Miami.
Silver Folk, Sweet Sweet Luna. I mean, great album. Just really a mood setting for what the Smashing Pumpkins are.
Every fucking song on this record. This is like probably my number 11. This record is so fucking good. The copy I have is actually worth a fuck ton of money because they don't make this anymore. This is the expensive Siamese Dream.
So this would have been one of my. This was one I was thinking about putting on, but I saw Joe had it. I'm like, all right, Joe's got it. Don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, whenever I think of that early 90s, I always thought of Smashing Pumpkins. And just, the going to school, like anywhere from middle school to high school, Smashing Pumpkins was all, it was there.
Yeah,
everyone was listening
that's
to
when I was listening to that in 93.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to
With that being said, I'm going to tell you that Smashing Pumpkin is better than Rancid.
Understandable.
I think it's better than that Aerosmith.
I'd give it
No
that.
more eating the rich.
Ooh,
Respectable.
Aerosmith
it was
is
living
jumping
on
out
the
of there.
edge, and now it's crying.
That was a good one. So we're going to say
You'd say it was amazing.
It is not better than Bad Religion.
Interesting.
I would have said the same.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Cole Quit. Sorry, you're not here anymore. Talk about this record.
R.I.P. Gone but not forgotten.
All right. My next one. Oh.
So
got
this was
one
on
too.
my this was on my honorable mention, but it ended up on your list.
I fucking love this record. I was listening to this in '93. Uh, the whole thing. It's probably my favorite Flamin' Lips record. Might be a hot take. I know a lot of people like Yoshimi, but I love this one. It's so goofy and fun, and the whole album, fucking perfect. Love it.
Great album cover.
Great album cover. I think I got that on eBay like a long time ago. I don't even know what it's worth, but all right. Saying that,
I've never even heard of that band before.
you've never heard
you've
the
heard of
Flamin'
Flamin'
Lips? Surely.
Yeah.
If I did, it must have been something in passing.
You never heard that? She don't use jelly or any of these. She uses magazines.
Uh huh.
Or
That-
Yoshimi, you don't believe me. I know that was on Rock Band at some point.
Do you realize is one that you would probably? Do you realize?
It's not ringing.
Great
a bell.
band.
Oh man, we got
Crazy-
do
crazy
Lips
live
on the show
performances,
then.
yeah.
Fuck.
We got a lot we got to get to here.
Oh shit. All right, where did I rank it though? It's gonna sit behind Dinosaur Jr.
So it sounds like we got to get Dinosaur Jr. first.
Yeah, the Flaming Lips are a more interesting band musically
Yes.
than Dinosaur Jr.
You know, and Yoshimi's that's probably one of my top albums of theirs. It's
Yeah.
probably the top. I mean,
I've
it's
got
pretty.
I've got an expensive copy of that on vinyl too. It's like bright red.
God, that's a good album.
Our youngest was almost named Yoshimi.
What you mean?
Zoe, she was gonna be named Yoshimi.
I don't remember this conversation.
Well, I didn't have it with you. I had it with the mother. Wife.
I know, but generally, if I think that's something that if you were talking about it out loud, that when I was near.
I didn't
around,
consult you,
whatever
Joe.
it
I'm
was.
sorry. In the name of my child, I should have consulted you.
Joe, don't worry. I'll consult you. Don't worry.
I
about
appreciate that. I am very good
Absolutely.
at being like, don't name people weird things because people make fun of weird names. My
Kim-
little sister
no,
was
see,
supposed to be
Kim-
named Tootsie.
Kim wanted to name her Yoshimi. I actually stopped it because I was like, well, this is what the song is actually about. She was like, oh, okay. Glad we dodged that one.
Yeah.
So is Lenny an acceptable name?
Lenny?
Lenny? No. Lemmy?
I mean-
Yes.
Lenny, I'm not saying it's unacceptable. I'm just saying that you're going to have some, of mice and men references, isn't that?
Yeah, people are going to go to that before Lenny Kravitz.
You're right. You're right.
All right, God damn it. Whose turn is it? It's
I
not
think
mine.
it's Bill's.
It's Bill's. All right.
Yeah, Tim already went.
The
Fuck
Superior Crow.
Oh, this
Cheryl.
definitely is not a superior crow.
yeah. It's better than the Black Crows.
Oh,
I do give it that. It's better than the Crow soundtrack.
No. No, dude, that Crow soundtrack was the shit.
Now, before hey, we might have to edit
Look
part,
that track
let me
list up.
see. You keep talking. I'm gonna look it up.
We're not editing that out. We're gonna let that show. Let the record show. Joe said Sheryl Crow was better than the Crow soundtrack.
I'll stand behind that.
Let's see. So, Sheryl Crow's debut studio album. I mean, shit, you've got All I Want to Do on here. Its opener and closer are okay. Album art, it's like she's trying to take a page from Garth Brooks. Kind of questionable.
I do appreciate how she goes left to right with her name.
Yep.
Thank
At least,
God, at least we're doing that.
yep. You can kind of. So she's got her name and everything on the left side in that little square. So you can like, oh yeah, you're still writing out the name. You can kind of read it if you remember to carry each line to the next.
Mm-hmm. If you squint hard.
Like, I'll give her it's a unique album cover. I'll give her that. Like, yeah, she's taking a page from something from Trisha, something from Garth, something from. I was trying to think of who else would have done an album like this in country music. Not Chris, not Brooks. I'm trying to think. There was one other person I've been thinking about that would have done something similar to this. Can't Cry Anymore. Another solid song on here though. Yeah, honestly, for a debut album from Sheryl Crow, I thought it was very well done for debut. A lot of debut albums obviously fall on their face. They don't live up afterwards. I mean, hashtag first album bias does exist for a reason. However, for her, it was a solid debut, but there were a lot of other country artists doing better stuff at the same time.
She wasn't marketed as a country artist at this point, though.
No.
Mm-mm.
She was on MTV. She was marketed as alternative.
Which I don't think helped her either.
This album did really well, though.
It did.
I bought it. I fucking bought it, okay?
That's because everyone bought it. Oh, it's alternative. Hell yeah, I'll buy it.
No, okay. Back then, I had a two-song rule.
A lot of people bought Nickelback, too. Does that mean that was good?
No, that doesn't mean it's good. I'm saying I bought it. Somebody who would not normally buy something like this bought it.
Mm-hmm.
It was marketed to people who were listening to grunge and alternative.
Try and bridge the gap, yes.
It wasn't marketed to everybody. I mean, it kind of was, but whatever. I had a 2-song rule. If they put out a single on MTV and I liked it, okay. But I got burned too many times with one-hit wonders. If they put out a second song that I liked, okay, I'll go buy your album. And she put out Leaving Las Vegas and All I Want to Do, and I was like, okay, that's 2 good songs, so I bought the record.
All I want to do is make love to you.
But the best song on this motherfucker is the Na song. Fuck the rest.
Damn straight.
That's the best fucking song on there.
I mean, All I Want to Do is still a good song, but you don't have to say fuck the rest.
It's still good. It's not grinder good, though.
Well, we'll see about
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Always for a surprise.
It's better than Lenny.
Okay.
I'll give it that.
Yeah, I can agree.
I mean, I've known Sheryl Crow for longer than Cypress Hill, but I don't think it's better than Cypress Hill.
Because of that.
I agree with that. It is not better than fucking Cypress Hill.
I've known Aerosmith for a long time, but it don't mean it's going any higher.
Yeah. I'm glad you were talking about, Sheryl Crow debut album, because we're going to be talking about another debut album here soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about a couple other long-standing artist albums here soon as well.
Yeah, right about now.
Now.
Oh my gosh. The AHBA?
The Garth train keeps a rolling.
Oh, damn
Through
straight.
the 1990s.
Hell yeah, it does. It never left.
Yeah.
It was always leaving. I'm not sorry. It never left. It is yet to keep. It's a next station, next station, next station, next station, and it hasn't stopped.
He's great. Garth is great.
So let's talk about In Pieces.
All right. So In Pieces, my first notice, surprise, surprise, Garth Brooks is back. So going with our theme of the matching shirt to the color of the album.
Looks like a goddamn crossword puzzle. Looks stupid as shit.
It does.
Oh my gosh, the crossword. Here's the thing. Honestly, the crossword puzzle for the track listing on the back, phenomenal. I love it. I know, Jason, you don't pick those up. I thought it was kind of cool and unique because it does line up.
I hate this. The
Stupid.
how his name is and everything. Like, I was just praising Sheryl Crow because she went left to right. He doesn't, and
That's a good point.
I'll say
that's a good fucking point.
The name, the writing on the front of the album, not good. The track listing on the back is good. I should have clarified that point.
I remember that. I remember seeing this album a lot when in '93, but I don't remember at this point what it looks like.
God, I didn't grab my CD here for tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the track listing. It's made out like a crossword on the back. I thought it was actually kind of genius how he did it.
So kind of going through this album, once again, great album, has some of his greatest hits on here. Standing Outside the Fire, amazing. American Honky Tonk Bar Association, and Going Down, the Sun Comes Up, Calling Baton Rouge, are all just top tier songs. Now, there are some other ones that are pretty good in here, like The Night I Called the Old Man Out, which, reading up on this album, it's funny because his father was a Golden Glove boxer. So that's kind of an interesting part of that song. The saxophone in One Night a Day is a little weird, but it's still pretty good. We're still getting down. Kicking and Screaming is probably my least favorite thing here.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of it. Red Strokes is good. The Night Will Win Those, pretty good. And the Cowboy song, I didn't realize this was Roy Robinson or Orbison wrote this.
Yes. Yes.
Robinson or Orbison? One of the two.
That was a Roy. Yeah, it was Roy.
Shit, it's probably the best song on the fucking album.
No, not the best. It's good.
It's a good song. I'm saying I obviously also have, good old Garth train here. I'll say this for me. I remember my girlfriend, Ain't Going Down. That was one. I was surprised when she came up to me the one day, and we were driving. This was before we were even dating, and she knew the lyrics start to front for Ain't Going Down, which is a fast pace. It's not a Rap God style song, but like it's a fast pace. The lyrics are going as you're going. I'll say this for me. I mean, I love kind of how they have subliminal messages. Yes, Garth has his, template that he's going to follow for a lot of these albums here. But fucking good. I mean, Standing Outside the Fire, I feel like was a damn good opener. And I feel like the Cowboy song was a damn good closer as well. Maybe The Night Will Only Know could have been a better closer just because of how the whole message and beat and everything going with it. But I think ending it with the Cowboy song still sent a good message with it.
Actually, sorry to interrupt, jump in there. I meant to mention this during Aerosmith. So Aerosmith's Fever is covered by Garth Brooks, and I always associate that song with Garth Brooks instead of Aerosmith.
I will say that, like, you mentioned One Night. For me, One Night a Day was probably the low point of the album, comparatively. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying it was the low point.
Mm-hmm. I thought Kicking and Screaming was low point, but One Night a Day led right into those two songs are probably we're on the low end of this album right there. The middle just slumps with those two. The saxophone, like I said, was a little surprising for me. I was like, oh.
Sometimes you need a good sax solo.
Yeah.
Have Joe go first.
Okay. I think I'll go first. All right. So, Garth Brooks in Pieces is better than Rancid. It is better than Aerosmith. And now, here's where my question comes in. Do I think that is better than...
Today is the greatest.
Originally, I have written that it is not. But I'm looking at the two, taking notes. I see greats here, and I don't see as many greats on the other ones. All right, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna put it behind Smashing Pumpkins.
I implore you, go back and listen to the hidden track on Siamese Dream. It made it to our top songs. Like, it's one of the best hidden tracks.
Mm-hmm. And now this is Garth has we've got a little bit of Garth fatigue. He's put out so many great songs that having something different in the Smashing Pumpkins way is kind of one of the reasons I put it behind.
All right, Bill. I know he's better than fucking Lenny.
Yep.
Poor Lenny.
It was a good album, honestly. It's just
it's a good song.
It's a tough year. For
it's a tough year for Lenny.
It's better than Cheryl.
It does not look like we got the Superior Crow going if she's already down to number 5.
Exactly, yeah.
It's better than Cypress.
you insane in the goddamn membrane.
Hey, look, so far I'm right there. I think you're making good choices.
Here's where I start making bad ones. It's better than Cranberries.
That one's arguable. I personally would listen to In Pieces over or the Cranberries album here.
And I'm gonna say he's better than Dwight.
He is definitely better than Dwight. That's
Yeah, Dwight is out of place up there. I have disagreed with everything since. I didn't even put fucking Lenny over fucking Dwight.
that's a hell of an album. I'll give you. That's a great Dwight album.
Gee, shocker there. What a twist.
What a twist.
Shocker!
All right, what's my fucking next one?
Oh, same as Joe again.
Is that Joe's next one too? Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm. Shocker.
Counting Crows. You talk about a debut album from a band with the name Crows in it. Fucking August and everything after. I had this on cassette. Go watch our review of the Counting Crows. It's not my favorite Counting Crows. But there's not a bad song on here. Except for that fucking Ghost Train. Fuck that song. Other than that, it has the greatest love song ever written. Period. Is on this fucking record. Love it.
My favorite song of all time is on this album. As Jason said before, he said "fuck Ghost Train." There's not a bad song on this album. Everything on here is great. They're all amazing. So I got into Counting Crows late, kind of rehashing some of the things we went through whenever Hanging Around came out for This Desert Life is whenever I first really got into. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get. I love this song. I love how it sounds. I'm gonna go get this album. And I also bought August and Everything After at the same time because I was going on a trip. So I got 2 CDs. This Desert Life is an amazing CD. It's great. This blew it out of the water. I mean, this was so. I was like, this is so much better. From everything around here, Omaha, just Mr. Jones, Murder of One, Raining in Baltimore, Rain King, Anna Begins, just nonstop masterclass of an album. My favorite album.
When we were talking about Sheryl Crow, the Counting Crows put out a single, Mr. Jones, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's got like a Gin Blossoms type vibe going on. That's cool. And then the second single was Round Here, and it was like, okay, I gotta buy this because holy shit, Round Here is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just so good. And the follow-up album, really, we're splitting hairs on which one's better. Or I feel like if you're splitting hairs on it, just a amazing 1 and 2. And we'll talk about that one as it goes further. But just sitting and getting lost in Perfect Blue Buildings and Anna Begins.
Anna Begins is one of the greatest songs ever written.
Mm-hmm.
All right, saying that though, 93 is a tough year.
93 is a tough year.
Very tough.
Where did I put it? Oh, that's.
I'm curious. I'm curious where you put it. We all know where I put it. I mean, if you've watched any of our content whatsoever, you know where this album's going for me.
It's better than that. It's better than that. It's beating Green Jelly. It's beating Bad Religion.
Let me in.
He's just pausing the dramatic thing. We all know.
It's number 2.
Holy Moses!
Ooh.
That's wild.
Well, hold on.
Ska sucks.
Yeah, because I had to rewrite some shit, and I got fucked up. It's number 1.
We all knew.
It's number 1.
Look, he'd been trying to tell people this ain't the best, like one of the greatest albums of '93, and we all know.
I mean, it's not the best Counting Crows, but it's like just a lower than the best Counting Crows. So
that's how I feel about the other one. So yeah, better than Rancid, better than Aerosmith. Is it better than Garth Brooks? We know it's better than Garth Brooks. We're gonna go ahead and knock Smashing Pumpkins right on out of there. Bad Religion's moving to number 3. Propaganda's number 2. We'll ride on to number 1.
Goddamn, 3 people getting the first round bye.
See what happens when you're not here, Tim?
Uh-huh.
Goddamn anarchy.
Tim, I'm telling you, I didn't put Garth Brooks in my top 3 though, just for you.
All right, Bill, it is now your turn again. Let's move on to the
going from Cheryl
less
to
superior
Billy.
Crow to this guy.
More superior Joel?
Billy.
Hashtag that shit. All right, Bill. Fuck this album.
Wow. Hurtful. I mean, I'll confess, not my favorite Billy Joel album. That being said, this was still a pretty big staple for Billy Joel, I felt like.
It was huge.
Yeah, so I mean, the opener and closer again, I felt like were solid, from No Man's Land to Famous Last Words. Good songs in between. Like this was still a solid album for me for 1993. While I was looking back and reviewing stuff. Yeah, not really a whole lot for me to say.
My thing with Billy Joel has always been that man outkicked his coverage for years.
He what?
True.
He outkicked his coverage. He was married to Christy Brinkley. We were really shooting above our weight there. We were punching above our weight for Billy Joel. That was a
he was hitting further than he could actually like realistically cover.
I mean, I like some Billy Joel. I like the 70s and I like the 80s Billy Joel. 90s Billy Joel.
It was starting to tail off. I'll give you that.
And that fucking song, in the middle of the night, I go walking in my... They played it all the fucking time. And Cowboy used to sing it to fuck with me. So fuck that song. That's all I know about this record.
Yeah. That's the only thing I ever know about Billy Joel is every time somebody says he was married to Christy Brinkley, I was like, how? I mean, he's extremely talented.
Joel, man.
He's extremely talented.
He's Billy Joel.
Like,
he's a piano man.
He is.
I
got nothing for you on this album, though.
My favorite Billy Joel record, though, is Disney's Oliver and Company soundtrack. Ooh. Best shit Billy Joel ever did.
I ain't going to disagree on that.
Hot take.
I ain't saying that's his best one he ever did, but that was
all you Billy Joel fans, album. Do you agree that Oliver and Company is his best work? Great soundtrack. You want to talk about a good soundtrack here?
I got it. I got an original pressing of it.
That's awesome.
All right. Come on, Lenny. Come on, Lenny.
Yeah, come on, Lenny. Lenny's gonna supersede Billy Joel on this.
There you go. Lenny's he beat somebody.
He beat somebody. Shit.
He beat a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, beating Billy Joel is pretty big.
Yeah.
All right, so Tim hasn't shown up yet. So he's still on the Nobody's Daughter train. We're going to cut for part 3. Stick around. Up next, there's an album. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a little underground band.
Heard of it.
We're going to talk about that record.
Oh,
yeah.
For what, the 4th time on this show?
Is it the 4th time?
Maybe. 3rd at least.
At least the 3rd.
So, stick around for that. Like, subscribe. Let us know your top 10 records down below. And shout out to our subscribers. #IsItArt is coming back. So, be safe. Make good decisions.